Hi and welcome to another video, and in this video I'm gonna mention the new tool from KREG, which is a loose Tenon jig, which is looking very hot in my opinion. But let's find out in this video, does this thing work? Will it bring good tenon joints in your shop, and is it worth buying it? So I'm gonna do different joints with this machine, and let's just run over some tests and see if it really works. And let's clear one more thing before we start, and that is, this is not sponsored. I don't get paid by them. They just send me this tool to check it out, give my honest review, and I'm gonna ship it back. So that is already one thing that I want to clear up in the beginning of the video. So let's jump into the video, run over some tests, and then I can give you my review. So it came pretty well packed, and you have to put some things together by yourself, which is this handle, the dust collection mouth, and the base plate, which go on the body. And that is the only thing that you need to do. When that is done, it is pretty much set up, and then you're able to set it in the right height and in the right depth with this drill bit, which is basically a router bit that is glued. I think it's glued in this stainless steel bit that goes in your cordless drill, and then you can set the depth here with this stop block. So those are the parts, and this is how it works. Alright, looking to this jig, you got some things that you need to adjust, which is the height, which you can lock in place with this handle here. You can also pull it towards you if it's not sitting correctly, so you are interfering with your finger with this block, so you can set it how you want it, and then you can set up the height. The height is obviously very important, and on the other side is a baseline which you can use as a reference. So it runs from a 1/2 inch until 1.75 inch. I'm not working with inches normally, so I have to get used to that, but as you can see, this is the height that you can cover with this jig. It's not a lot. I think the Domino will cover more height, but it's enough for 90% of the jobs. So let's jump into a 1/2 inch. Let's see how that works. So let's put out a mark line here, lock it in place, double check. It will do for now. Now you can roughly see where it is. It's in the middle. Now let's joint a board together. Mark out a line where I want to have my first tenon. So as I mentioned before, we have the drill bit and the drill. Let's put it in place. Obviously you can do it with any type of cordless drills on the market. Let's have a look how deep it will go in there. Okay, can't see that. So the next thing will be, I have to line this marking line that I just made up with the line that is sitting on the jig. So first tenon hole done. It came loose, so the clamp wasn't installed properly, and then I did it again, so that is why you see this. Let's do the other board. So the second one is done, and what I notice here is there is some wiggle room in this tenon. As we all used to with the Festool, they are pretty snug in the tenon. So this is called a loose tenon, so I don't know if they meant loose in this direction as well. This is fine, that's fine, but this is not helping with lining up the boards. So let's see how it comes together. So let's put it together. This is okay. This is okay, but as you can see, there is movement, so it's not that you can line the boards up without having imperfections like so. Alright, this is not ideal, I would say. Let's see if I got a Festool Domino that's maybe tighter. So we did a test with the 6mm bit. Now let's check out the 8mm bit, because I do have Festool Domino's 8mm. I don't have Festool 6mm at the moment. So then I can compare this piece from Festool with this one, because maybe the Festool one is tighter. I have no clue. So let's find out. Let's use the 8mm for the next joint. Alright, now let's see if the 8mm Festool block will fit tight in this. And I will have to say, this is exactly what I was noticing. In the front, I do have some space, but as I go deeper, it is getting more tight. And I know exactly how that is possible. I will show you that later. So let's put it together. And this is perfect. No room. So I can't say if it has to do with these. I'm not sure. But what I can say now is an 8mm Festool Domino will sit very tight with no wiggle room in the height, but obviously in the tenon, because it's a loose tenon, which I really like. So this is very sturdy, very stable, no wiggle room at all. As I mentioned, in the front there is more space, and I will show you how that is possible. So what I was noticing when I clamp this completely sturdy on the workpiece and I start cutting, then you have this handle here which you are using, but as you can see, because there is some force with the bit and with this is moving slightly. So it's just that little bit of extra, and that means in the beginning your router bit will be able to do this. So you have more space in the beginning of your joint. So it is very, very important to just use to do a left and a right movement. If you do this, which is almost impossible to avoid in my opinion. But anyway, you need to be careful with that, because that is the thing that causes this extra space in the beginning. It's not a deal breaker though, because if you go deep enough, you do have the tightness, because the further you came, the more sturdy your bit is sitting in your workpiece already, which is not being able to move up and down anymore. So that is just a little minor issue that I already noticed with the second joint that I did. Let's do a miter joint and see how that goes. So here we have a 45-degree angle, and let's just simply do a miter joint in here, which is a tenon, obviously. Okay, I have to line this up with the center line of the jig, and then it's just simply of clamping this very sturdy on the jig, and let's drill this one. The miter joint together with the Festool 8mm block. This is always, you can set the tenon tightness which is a big advantage on the Festool jointer. Then you have 3 settings, so tight, or half loose, completely loose. So this is always the case with this jig. But I saw a video that there is a room in height, which is not the case, which is seriously not the case. So I'm using an 8mm bit with 8mm domino blocks at the moment, and there is no height issues. So it's pretty snug in height, pretty loose, like so, loose tenon. So it does work pretty well actually. Alright, let's do a test with a double tenon. So 2 in a 45-degree angle. So here we have the result, 2 loose tenon joints. Let's put it together. You're able to do this, but it's actually pretty snug in height. So it will give you a very nice tenon joint actually, which doesn't have any movement in height. So yeah, quite happy with this actually. So this is the KREG Tenon Jig. It is a very nice device, I would say. I ran over some tests, a double tenon, a board, I did another board, a normal 45. So actually it worked, it performed pretty well. I used Festool Domino blocks and I used an 8mm bit because that is what I have at the moment. And overall I am quite impressed about this small device. It can bring you solid joints, very nice joints, which I use quite often. Can you compare it with a Festool jointer? I don't think that is a logical comparison because we got a power machine and we got like a jig device. I think it's a whole nother level of Festool jointer. If I need to choose, I would buy a Festool jointer because I want to do this quickly. This have some small things that you need to consider, and that is you have to set it up, you need to clamp it properly. It will take some time to run one tenon, way more than a Festool jointer. So I don't think it's a good comparison. I think it's a really nice jointing method. I would buy this over a dowel jig, and that is I really like loose tenons because with a glue up I like to have that extra room in my joints to play around with, not particularly on a 45-degree angle, but over a long board with 6 dominoes in a row or maybe 4. I just want to have more room to line it all properly up, because if you do dowels then you can use a doweling jig, which is very nice as well, but if you have 4 or maybe 3 or more in a row, then accuracy is very important. So if you want to work quickly, if you have a minor mistake, it won't come nicely together. It does look like the JSM version, which I have here. So I know that KREG partnered up with JSM, and that is why they come up with this one. Now maybe you think, why should I buy the JSM or the KREG version? Well, the JSM version is a really nice device as well. I got the full setup with the station. You can do angle joints, but this feels more like a flexible device. So you can run it over your workpiece more easily. Yeah, you can. It's a little bit smaller, more compact compared with the setup which I have here from JSM, which is the workstation and the same device. Yeah, when should you buy what? Well, if you do normal stuff, boards, chair legs, that kind of stuff, this will do the job. If you do angled, small stuff, complex joints, then the workstation from JSM is, I think, really a nice update. So one thing that I advise you to be aware of, and which I would add-on if you're gonna buy this jig. I would groove a dovetail bit here, so these can go in here, and then you can clamp it more sturdy. That is the only issue that I had. Clamping it works, but maybe have more grip on this here. Maybe glue, stick on some really nice soft sandpaper, so grit 400 or so. So you have a nice solid grippy platform here, and then combined with this, so a small groove in here, dovetail groove. I think that's a nice add-on. That's what I did on the workstation as well in front. Another thing, if you're gonna operate it and you're gonna operate it from the front, then it is, as I mentioned before, it is quite convenient to hang a little bit in your bit, and then you got that play in the device, so what I showed you before. So you have to take your time. That's the thing with this kind of stuff. That is why it is not in comparison with a Festool jointer, in my opinion. So the big question, should you buy this KREG loose tenon jig? If you don't have a jointer, yes, 100%. This is a very nice device that can bring you very nice tenon joints. If you own a doweling jig, then this is also still a good purchase, because you're able to do loose tenons, which is my preferred way of gluing boards or difficult joints, because I just want to have that extra playing room in my joints, which I mentioned earlier. So yeah, it is a very nice solid jig, and it will bring solid joints with no wiggle room. I saw some videos that they were mentioning that it is all too loose. Yes, I do experience that with the KREG Tenon blocks, but I didn't have that with the 8mm Festool tenons and the 8mm bit. You can use this jig with 6, 8, 10mm. So maybe I also have the question, should you buy the Tenon version or the KREG version? Because price-wise, I think there's not much difference. Well, it depends if you want to be more flexible. I think this is a very good way if you work on one place, so a stationary jig, which is the Tenon in my opinion, and you do complex joints where you'll be able to tilt your jig and still clamp it really solid against the jig here, the fence here. I think the Tenon is a better option. But yeah, this was my review about this jig, and if you liked this video, please leave a comment below, thumbs up, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.